Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Wade from Unparalleled Universe. I just wanted to let you know about the Kickstarter that I've launched for the first ever 1/12 scale Odious figure. Odious is a character that I've created, and I'm trying to make a figure of him via Kickstarter, so be sure to check that out. Odious 1/12 scale action figure on Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Peace.
Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Walmart exclusive Spider-Man Retro Kraven the Hunter. So this one finally has shipped from Walmart. It seems as though there wasn't some mass cancellation and delays and things that the Star-Lord figure had happened. So I'm glad that these were shipped and everything like that. I ordered two, because one to open, one to keep on card. I marked it as a gift thinking, because according to the Walmart's website, when you do that, it ships out in a box. They did not ship out in a box. They shipped both in a bubble mailer, and surprisingly, both came out pretty good. This one, however, does have a little bit of a bent bubble. Not a big deal, since that one is going to be my opener anyway. We have a couple of different Kraven the Hunter figures that have released over the years. In the Rhino wave, we have the single release Kraven here, which I think still looks really good. The leg is a little bit loose on mine. And then we had the 2-pack in the Target exclusive Kraven's Last Hunt with the black suit Spider-Man. So another Kraven, but this one is really heavily inspired by Spider-Man, the animated series. Like, even when you look at the artwork here on the side, that right there just screams animated series to me. Here the little call out is hunting spear. It comes with the spear as his accessory. That is the only accessory, although, you know, the vest, I mean, I wouldn't count it as an accessory, but it is there. So this one isn't exactly as the other ones, but it is similar, if that makes sense. Like, each one of them have different feet and boots and everything like that. That kind of what differentiates, and then obviously the different colors. But back to form, we have, you know, the old school retro packaging and card back here, to, you know, throw back to the Toy Biz days. So it's really cool. It's a little bit of a wider one because with that vest, he's a little bit bigger. Looking at the back of the package, we get that artwork. We just kind of get a little drawing of it. The back of the package reads, with serum-powered strength and honed senses that drove him mad, Kraven the Hunter is neither Spider-Man's friend nor foe, but the web-slinger might be his only shot at a cure. And I'm trying to think back in the show how Kraven was involved with the cure stuff. It was at the same time Morbius was around. Anyway, it was all some crazy stuff. Make sure to check. I believe it's still on Disney Plus. Check out the show if you want to get into it. But let's go ahead and just rip right into this figure. We'll quickly do the comparisons, go over the articulation, and go from there. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Kraven the Hunter. So this is, again, I was going to say comic book version. This would be more so the animated series version. It is not a new head sculpt as we had seen it previously before in the Target exclusive 2-pack. But as you can see, the deco on the 2 is a little bit different. We don't get the heavy bags around his eyes. The eyes look a little bit different. And then the digital print goes a little bit more beyond just like the eyes that the previous one had. We actually get like the digital print like in his facial hair, so you could see like his goatee and the mustache and the eyebrows look more realistic and actually look like actual hair. Like, you could see some texture in there, which looks really good. So I like the head sculpt. The first one I actually really liked also, but I think this one probably works a little bit better for the animated series. So I really like this one, but this was like old school Hasbro kind of in how they did their paints and stuff like that. It just wasn't as good, a little bit shiny. It always looked kind of caked on to me. They don't really look like that anymore, especially, you know, with digital printing and things like that. The lion vest is the same that we've seen multiple times over and over again. It's not anything new, but this one is super bright and like, you know, very cartoony because, you know, Spider-Man the animated series. So green for the eyes, just real bright yellow for the mane, a little bit of like red in the vest there. We get these spikes on this belt, like teeth in there. Black pants, and then you just got this zebra print for the pirate boot type things, and then like a reddish brown boot. And then the wrists, you got that kind of that zebra pattern. So yeah, it all just looks really good. Again, this is essentially a repaint. So we get some of the same stuff. The forearms are different, as we had wraps on this one. The previous two Kravens had the wraps. This one does not. You can see it has the wristbands, and then this one has the pirate boots, whereas the other one had the capri pants and slipper feet. And then the first Kraven had the skull, knee pads, and different pants and boots. So that is a big difference there. The spear is the exact same, but to kind of go show you guys how the spear has evolved over time. So here we have that. It's just this brown handle. As you can see, the wood texture is actually in the sculpt of it, but looking at the paint of the feathers and the silver for the blade and the beads. Then the next Kraven one, the wood got to a lighter color, and the feathers got brown, and the beads got like a blue color. And then the blade is probably the best color because it has this nice gunmetal to it. And then cue the super bright cartoony looking one with the bright yellow feathers and the red beads and the blade that's not even like metal. Just maybe it's made out of bone or something there. It is kind of in the middle with the browns as far as the color of the spears. So that is the only difference there. The sculpt of it, of course, is the exact same. That is not any different there. So that is Kraven the Hunter, this retro-carded animated series inspired Kraven. Now let's go ahead and zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so Kraven, the head is on a disc hinge, so he can look up that much there. He can look down that much there, so no issues there. You could do a full rotation probably, but the vest does get in the way of that. Just a heads up. A little bit of pivot going on in there, not a crazy amount or anything like that. The shoulders, these are the very large shoulder balls that you can't really see because the vest kind of hides a little bit, but they're massive. You can get the arm to go out that far. You can do a full rotation, but it is a little bit tricky because it wants to hit the mane of the lion vest there, so be aware of that. There is the upper bicep swivel, and then it is a reused body, so we do get pinned elbows, so double joints give you that much bend there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge, the standard horizontal hinge on both of the hands. They're just grip hands, so he can hold on to the spear with no problem. We have the ab crunch in this guy, so he can crunch forward. Ooh, I don't want to force it too much, right? But not a whole lot coming forward. Going back is not really going to happen because the vest is just going to get in the way and prevent you from doing that. Waist swivel in there. The belt to get in the way a little bit. You can kind of move that around and adjust as needed. Legs don't come out very far apart at all. That is as far apart as the legs are going to go. So not very good, to be honest with you. But he does kick forward super far, high up, which is good. There is a little bit of movement going back. He does have the upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinned knee, again reused body parts here, so the leg gets you that much bend there at the knee, which is solid. There is the calf swivel right at the pirate boot fold there. Foot hinges all the way down. You get a little bit of hinge up, not as much as you would want. It kind of really gets in the way there. And then down all the way, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So Kraven doesn't have the most articulation. You can get him into some kind of dynamic poses, but nothing real crazy. Okay, side-by-side comparison, Kraven versus Spider-Man. He is huge compared to this Spider-Man, but we know that this Spider-Man was probably a little undersized. The more I look at it, he's got the bigger arms because they opted to not use the Amazing Fantasy arms that had like the cut in the bicep. So these arms are a little bit long, the hands are a little bit big on a little bit of a smaller body. In the animated series, Spider-Man was kind of a beefy boy. He was a little bit bigger, so they should have used that Renew Your Vow Spider-Man. Probably would have been the better Spider-Man figure. So the VHS 2-packs, the symbiote black suit Spider-Man uses that body, which makes sense. So here it makes Spider-Man look very undersized compared to Kraven. Okay, and so for the last side-by-side comparisons to close out the video, here we have our two previous Kraven the Hunter figures with this new one right here in the center. And you can see they're each different in kind of the designs and everything. This Target exclusive one also has added paint where it has chest hair on him. This one does not. You see the belt is reused. They all have the same spear. But the first one, you know, was very different compared to these ones. This one had some nice paint work, like in the mane of the lion and stuff like that. Whereas the animated series one doesn't get so much of that paint work. But again, this is really, you know, how he looked in the animated series, and that's really probably the look that they're truly going for, which, you know, would really make sense as we get more of the VHS 2-packs, and then we get so many of these carded Spider-Man figures. So it is a good way to get some of these animated series characters out there. And so I'm happy with it. I have my retro card version that stays on the card, that's hanging up on my wall already. There's you know, more retro figures to come out. The new Spider-Man wave is slowly going to trickle in. Big Bad Toy Store did ship out my Chasm figure. I think I'm only going to do doubles of Tarantula and the Rose because they're on that Toy Biz throwback card, whereas those other ones are not. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Kraven figure? Did you order it? Has Walmart delayed yours? Did yours happen to ship out in a box? Because I feel like none of them are shipping out in a box. How did yours come out? You guys let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective to support the channel. And as always, thank you for shopping. Did you catch that? I said thank you for shopping like back in my old retail days. I mean, thank you for watching. How the hell did I say shopping? That was pretty embarrassing. But I wonder how many of you guys will actually watch till the end to hear that. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Because that was embarrassing as hell for me. Because I stopped and I was thinking, what did I just say? Yeah, kind of funny.